Because it's trash. There you go, saved you a few minutes. But I see you there, salivating, waiting for that juicy criticism. And speaking of juicy, time for some OJ and a little chat, laddies. I'm fairly lenient when it comes to PC tech. There's usually a saving grace or a certain scenario where a product can fit in and make sense. I try to avoid the black and white thinking that we as PC enthusiasts can fall afoul of. But the 4060 Ti just seems to be a poor choice for, well, anyone, really. Even the 4070, which got anything from lukewarm to scolding reviews, in my opinion, is an okay choice for new builders or those upgrading older systems when priced under the RRP. I'm talking around £500. The VRAM issue was probably a bit overblown, still disappointing, but not the earth-shattering mess it was made out to be. But this is about the 4060 Ti. Let's talk. So £375 is the price that these are going for at the Mo. And it's just not right at all. It seems to be barely a few percentage points above the 3060 Ti. Same amount of VRAM as well, so no convincing upgrade. This feels like a 60 class card at best, and more realistically, a 50 class card. Such a shame, because the 3060 Ti was probably my favourite of the 30 series cards, sitting in that Goldilocks zone where you weren't spending too much money, but you're still getting a good experience. There is an inflation of what it means to be a 60 Ti class card and a 70 class card, if you know what I mean. They feel like they're a step or two out of kilter. The 4070 feels like a 60 Ti, the 4060 Ti feels like a 50. Which would be fine, but the pricing stayed the same, at the same tier that they're named after. Now that is not fine. That's the rub. The consumer is getting poor value. Don't even get me started on charging an extra hundo for 16 gigabytes of VRAM. What's going on there? There's no way it costs that much. We've been through this with the 3060 having more VRAM than the 3080. You'd have thought they'd learned their lesson by now. With the exception of that time I saw your mum propositioning men on a street corner, I have honestly never seen quite such a poor value proposition as the 4060 Ti. And these will sit unsold on shelves collecting dust. I run a system integration business, as you well know, and there's just no way I'm building 4060 Ti builds unless someone specifically asks for it. What I'm saying is, send the message. Do not buy the 4060 Ti. But what of the future? What can we expect? Nvidia just do not seem to be bothered about the backlash on their pricing. They'd rather sell fewer cards at higher margins, which, sad as it is, makes business sense. Fewer RMAs, less stock to ship, less customer support needed. They've got enough mindshare and a strong Halo product which will keep the sales ticking over. What we desperately need is better competition. AMD and Intel need to offer overwhelmingly better value, such that it cannot be ignored, and they need to market better. When was the last time any popular game streamers or YouTubers proudly brandished a Radeon video card or an ARC video card? Just doesn't happen, does it? And that brings me to the end of my orange juice and indeed the end of the video. So over to you. What do you think of the 4060 Ti? And more broadly, what do you think the future holds for PC gaming hardware as a whole? Love to hear your thoughts and opinions, as always, in the comments. And until next time, catch ya!